So I think it's pretty safe to say that 2014 will be the year of the sequel that is better than the first one. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes takes place 10 years after the first movie, in which the virus from the last movie has basically spanned across the entire globe and has infected every human. Caesar, played once again by Andy Serkis, has formed a large tribe of apes that live in the redwoods far from San Francisco. He's basically their leader. He has a mate. He has two offspring. He seems to be doing well, him and his tribe. But then through a series of events, tensions start to rise between Caesar's tribe and the nearby human colony in San Francisco. And one of the humans, played by Jason Clarke, attempts to try to become the peacemaker between apes and humans. Let me first tell you what the biggest problem of this movie is, for me personally. I don't think I'll be able to watch Rise of the Planet of the Apes again. This is like the whole Batman Begins to the Dark Knight situation. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is so much better than Rise of the Planet of the Apes that it's going to be a little tough to look at Rise of the Planet of the Apes and say, yeah, it's not as good as Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I mean, this really is the year for sequels that are better or as good as the first one. You got Captain America the Winter Soldier and X-Men Days of Future Past, both better than the last movie. You got How to Train Your Dragon 2, which is just as good. Now you got Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which, as I've just said, is better than Rise of the Planet of the Apes. What makes this movie better than the last one is, one thing, its production value is higher. The special effects and action scenes are a lot better than the last one, but it's also got a better script. The characters are better, and so is the acting. Andy Serkis once again plays Caesar in motion capture, and he does a marvelous job. I mean, he's Andy Serkis, so it's to be expected from him, but this is the movie that really showcases him in a leading role, where he's the main character, not a supporting character. And even though it's motion capture, God, somebody give this man an Oscar. Like, this movie, more than Rise of the Planet of the Apes, more than the Lord of the Rings movies, more than King Kong, should be an argument that you can put an actor behind loads of makeup, whether it's practical or CG. He is still acting, and Andy Serkis delivers a brilliant performance that is worthy of a Best Actor nomination. I'm sure it's not going to happen, that he's not going to get a nomination, but I think it's time the Academy knows that acting is acting, and Andy Serkis is living proof of that. All of the other actors, whether they're human or ape, do a really good job also, especially Toby Cabell, who plays Koba. Koba is the other chimp that was tested in the last movie, and this movie, he has a very different opinion on humans than Caesar does. So basically, both Koba and Caesar are two sides of a coin. They both have different opinions on humans, and Koba is the fucking wild card. The one that you gotta watch out for, or you better not piss off, because he will not play nice. If there's any negative about the characters, it's that I wish the human characters were fleshed out a little more. I mean, they had their time for character development, and a lot of the actors who are humans, including Jason Clarke and Gary Oldman, are good. It's just that the movie focuses so much on the apes that a lot of the characters who are human don't get enough development. And Gary Oldman, who's even the leader of the human colony in San Francisco, there's a point where you even forget he's in the movie. But again, they're not the main focus of the movie. The main focus is Caesar and what's going on with his tribe, which brings me to a reason why I think the script is really good. The first 5 to 10 minutes of this movie shows Caesar with his tribe hunting, showing how their tribe functions, that he's taught them to use sign language, which thankfully is subtitled, and there is no spoken dialogue. None. The last movie that I remember to have a long part of the first half feature no dialogue at all is Pixar's WALL-E from 2008. I mean, the first 40 minutes of WALL-E has WALL-E roaming around Earth. Eve comes in. Neither of them speak English. Or if they do, it's just like small words. And it's never boring. And the same thing applies to the first 5 or 10 minutes of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Can you honestly think of another big budget studio movie that has a long part to its first half where there's no dialogue at all? Can you think of any? Because really, I can't. Now, I could keep going on, tell you all the great stuff about Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, but in all honesty, I think it's better you see the movie for yourself, because the story and the plot takes a lot of unexpected turns to the point where you're going to think something's playing out in your head, and then it just goes the opposite direction. I want to end with this. Like a lot of the other sequels that came out this year, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is far superior than Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Better special effects, better action scenes, better story, better characters, great cinematography, and a really good score by Michael Giacchino. So, I mean, in the wake of Transformers Age of Extinction, this is the polar opposite of that, and proves that you can make a big studio movie with these cool action scenes, great special effects, but also have good story, good characters, emotion, and heart. So if you want a big budget studio summer type movie to wash out the horrible taste of Transformers 4, then look no further than Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Get off your ass and go see it now, because this thing is amazing. It's without a doubt going to stick around to be one of my favorite movies of the year. And that's my review for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Leave a comment, tell me what you thought of the movie. Subscribe to my channel for more stuff in the future. Check out my other channel, AlexG8462. You can find links to my Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram accounts on my YouTube page. Go check me out on letterboxd.com under the name The Real Mr. Robinson, and my written reviews on Geeked Out Nation. Share me with your friends and tell them about me, and remember to know it before you see it. This is The Real Mr. Robinson, and I'll see you guys later.